The meeting is open and the live stream is on.
Good evening, Azusa community, students, parents, and staff. Welcome to the Board of Education meeting. For items 1.1, I would like to call the meeting to order on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025 at 5:29 p.m. Moving on to item 1.2, roll call. Board Clerk Rodriguez Peña.
Here.
Board Member Greer.
Here.
Board Member Ramos.
Here.
And I am present, and Board Vice President Arianes is running a few minutes late. Moving on to item 1.3, approval of agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion to approve
Second the motion.
1.3.
Any discussion? Seeing none, colleagues, please place your votes. And the motion passes. Moving on to item 2.1, public comment on closed session agenda items. Hope, do we have any blue cards? We have no blue cards. Lika, do we have any hands raised on Zoom?
We have no hands raised on Zoom.
Thank you. We will now move to closed session. Our open session will begin at 7 p.m. Thank you.
The meeting is open and the live stream has started.
Okay. All right. Good evening, Azusa community, students, parents, staff, all of you guys here in person and all of you guys online. We welcome to the Board of Education meeting. We will start the meeting tonight at 7 p.m. The following guidelines are the guidelines for public comments. If you haven't done so, if you would like to do a public comment today, please come to Ms. Hope, our executive secretary, that is at the end, to fill out your card if you wish to participate in public comment today. The Board of Education encourages public input. Board members are not permitted to respond to any public comments, as a member of the staff will contact you if information is needed any further. Individuals participating in public comment must adhere to the following guidelines. Speaker cards must be turned in to the board secretary no later than 7:10 p.m. or 10 minutes after the meeting begins. No speaker may yield their time to another speaker. Speaker must be present in the room when their name is called in order to be heard. Maximum speaking time is 3 minutes. Thank you for your participation. And again, if you wish to speak in our at our podium tonight, please come to Ms. Hope Neer, and she will go ahead and help you with the blue card. Now, we're moving on to item 4.1, Pledge of Allegiance. And we have somebody from Hodge Elementary School. Miss Jeanette Flores, could you please come and introduce our amazing student?
Good evening, Board President Arianes, board members, cabinet, and community. My name is Jeanette Flores, and I am the proud principal of Hodge Elementary School. It has been a great start to the school year at Hodge. Our focus has been on creating a supportive climate that nurtures the whole child academically, socially, and emotionally. Based directly on feedback from Hodge families, we've prioritized comprehensive social emotional learning to support our students' well-being. Every morning, we dedicate time during our announcements to practice deep breathing, a strategy that helps our students calm their minds and bodies and prepare for the day ahead. The breathing ball has become a familiar, trusted tool for self-regulation. This commitment is reinforced every Wellness Wednesday, where we equip students with practical mindfulness strategies to navigate their day. Our CO leadership team recently attended a major conference in San Jose to ensure we bring the best, most reinforced implementation strategies back to our campus. Beyond the classroom, we actively support our commitment's physical health. In October, we hosted a vaccine clinic on campus, providing free vaccinations to 37 students and 5 adults, a vital service to keep our community healthy. We also started the year by training our 5th grade campus buddies to be leaders. They were instrumental on the first day of school, providing welcoming tours to guidance to all our new Hodge families. September was Attendance Awareness Month, and thanks to the dedication of our Hodge attendance team and their efforts to celebrate excellent attendance, we are already seeing positive trends in our overall school attendance. In addition to strong daily instruction, our students have been engaging in rich learning experiences outside of the classroom through fall and winter field trips. Second grade recently enjoyed visiting the Huntington Library, Art Museum, and Botanical Gardens, and is looking forward to exploring marine life at the Aquarium of the Pacific in December. Our kindergarten and first grade students are headed to the Huff Performing Arts Center at Citrus College for a special performance. Fourth grade students will visit CSU Fullerton, combining a botanical garden visit with a guided college tour to spark future aspirations. Fifth grade is scheduled for a deep dive into our solar system at the Mount Sac Randall Planetarium. Family engagement is growing at Hodge. We've seen a remarkable increase in parents eager to be involved in our school community. In September, 33 people attended our family engagement and parent volunteer meetings, and 13 families participated in the Parent Community Circle potluck on Circle Day. We've also had highly successful restaurant fundraisers with Shakey's, Chick-fil-A, and Carbone. Our PTA membership drive was in full swing, highlighted by their fun and festive trunk or treat event. The campus sees the daily presence of volunteers, a testament to our strong community spirit. Furthermore, our principal's coffee and tea sessions have been a big hit. The favorite so far was learning about Wellness Wednesdays and then getting to de-stress together in a Zumba session. We look forward to continuing this momentum of partnership and growth throughout the school year. Now, I would like to introduce Hodge first grade student Ava Ortiz, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance in English and in Spanish.
Please stand, put your right hand over your heart.
Okay, now put your hand over your heart.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yo prometo levantar a la bandera de los Estados Unidos y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos.
Good job, Ava. We have a certificate for you. It reads as follows. Azusa Unified School District Certificate of Recognition is proudly presented to Ava Ortiz for leading the Pledge of Allegiance at the Azusa Unified School District Board meeting on November 4th, 2025. Signed by our Superintendent, Arturo Ortega, and our Board President, Gabriela Arellanes. Congratulations, great job.
If my colleagues would please join Ava in the middle and the amazing principal and teacher, please, and parents and whoever's here for Ava and the front.
Everyone on three. 1, 2, and 3. One more. 1, 2, and.
I don't know about you guys, but there's something about little voices that just warms my heart and soul. So thank you, Ava, for coming tonight to kick off this November meeting. All right, we have, hold on real quick. I don't have, so I need to go to the next one. The recognition awards, we have 6.1. Oh, we're moving. Oh, got it. That's right. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Moving on to 5.0, report action of closed session matters. We start by a vote of 5-0. The Board of Education approves student discipline case number 24-25:01-04. Reporting for the next. By a vote of 5-0, the Board of Education approves student discipline case number 25-26:01-07. By the vote of 5-0, the Board of Education adopted final settlement for Office of Administrative Hearing, OAH, case number 2025-06-06-44, student number 25-26:01-6. Now, moving on to item 6.1, recognition of Azusa High AHS students who participated in Train Fest 2025. Mr. Chain, I will turn it over to you.
Good evening, Board President Arayanes, members of the board, Superintendent Ortega, Cabinet, and members of the community. Thank you for the opportunity to recognize our students who participated in and were highlighted at the Southern California Train Festival held at Los Angeles Union Station on September 20 and 21st. These students demonstrated true problem-solving skills, perseverance, initiative, and dedication. Hundreds of visitors lined up to see the student rendition of what California High-Speed Rail wanted to showcase for their future rail extension stops and train seating. What you will see in the VR goggles shortly are entirely student created. 12 students worked tirelessly as interns with 3 key partners: Dionisio Tafoya of Dionysus Creative, Peter Romero of Leonardo's Apprentice, I believe he might be here in the audience, I don't know, and Crystal Royval of California High-Speed Rail. Through these partnerships, our students not only learned invaluable skills and participated in real-world work-based learning opportunities, but they were also paid for their time and efforts. Commendations go to our Azusa High School Career Technical Education teachers, Andres Del Real, Patricia Dorsey, Joel Montes de Oca, and Jim Haig for their support and encouragement as their students participated in this internship opportunity. Also, special thanks to Amy Full, our workforce development consultant with San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership, and Michael Trogan of the Foothill Workforce Development Board. We are proud of our students for making such a huge impact on the event, but for also having the inquiring mindset and willingness to create something absolutely new and impressive. You will see. I will now turn it over to Mr. Robert Velasco, Assistant Principal of Azusa High School. Mr. Velasco.
On behalf of Mr. Fernandez and the entire administrative team at Azusa High, we are extremely proud of the work of our ASICs are doing in the community. For some more background on this work, we would like to share some of the following information. This summer's internship brought together 3 of our trusted work-based learning partners, the High Speed Rail Authority, Eunice's Creative, and Leonardo's Apprentice, who have supported our students for over 5 years. Together, they provided mentorship, industry expertise, and real-world context for a unique hands-on project. Students work collaboratively to design and build a mock-up of a high-speed rail passenger car supported by HSR's Public Information Officer, Crystal Royvale, for project information, Dionisio Tafoya leading the construction, and Peter Romero guiding the creation of a virtual ride experience. The project combined engineering, art, computer science, and communication skills into one cohesive experimental learning opportunity. The completed project was showcased at TrainFest 2025 at Union Station, seen by thousands of visitors, proudly representing the Foothill Consortium. We are truly proud of the work of our students are doing in real world right now while in high school. They are role models to their peers and to all of our future ASICs. Congratulations and thank you. I would like to call up our students to demonstrate and model and show you our Meta InterQuest VR goggles. So Aztecs, Christopher Vieta, Ethan Centennial, Jason Damian, Christian Noyola, Roberto Martinez, Denise Aranda, Giovanna Andres, Fabian Ojeda, and Antonio Jaramillo Rodriguez. They are going to demonstrate for you how these amazing devices work.
Zero experience, so we had to learn the program to do it, and then from there we had to learn how to explain it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then we did many research behind this, so we researched bullet trains in Japan, Europe, and other places, while also sketching it out and then having real
But it was mainly us students researching and working together to develop this ourselves. I'll check it out.
Testing 1, 2, 3. So I have a question for you guys. You guys had how many weeks to do this? 6 weeks in the summer. Zero experience. You did your research of trains in different countries as well. And you guys created this and showcased it to, wow. Okay. And what class is this? Oh, no, it's the yeah, the internship. Okay. So you were given tools and you ran with it. Okay.
And the team was actually made up of different students from different high schools. So many of the team we didn't really know, except only our Azusa kids. So we had to work through that also.
Wow. So you guys had to work with somebody you didn't know. Monrovia and Doherty. That's amazing. So you guys collaborated. Okay. So so I'm sitting, when I look into here, I'm sitting in ready to go. I'm in a train. Oh, can I see one more time?
So everything you see was actually like, even down to like walls, all made by us. And it was actually a fun fact.
I know, right?
We actually took it to Union Station.
Come to my office, come and check this out.
That was pretty cool. And then they had a ground, so we took that design and we incorporated it into a modern. Some of us took metro just to get to the station.
I wish everybody could see those.
I can see that. I can put my luggage up there.
Yeah. So even that was measured out.
There you go. We're just. Oh gosh. This is so amazing. Was it the same ones or no?
That's actually the final project had to be downsized because it was too, made it too like.
Oh, okay.
So many of the pictures
Yeah.
had to be like removed.
Oh, I see the lights on the top. They're just like moving.
So actually that was supposed to be like our illumination. So you know the strobes,
Yeah.
strobes lights, that was actually supposed to be like that. It was supposed to be the 4K. But also so we had it outside, we had to just run a transfer.
Wow.
So we had a great teacher.
So now you guys can put this in.
Should, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well, this is so exciting. Yes, we have a couple smarty pants up here because I'll tell you that what you see and it's like you're there. You are literally sitting ready to take off. You're in a train and it's so futuristic. If you guys can please stay up here, you guys can face the audience. We're gonna have I just want to thank you, but we have certificates to present. Will Board Member Benavides please read the certificate?
Azusa Unified School District Certificate of Recognition is proud to present the students of the Train Fest Project 2025 for outstanding participation and contribution as part of an elite group of 24 students selected from K through 12 Foothill Consortium to design and construct a life-size model of a high-speed rail car for the California High-Speed Rail Authority Train Fest 2025 exhibit at Union Station. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's awesome. Do my colleagues have any comments? We can start off on our left here, Board Member.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations on receiving this award and this recognition, and looking at what you guys created and what you did is just, it's mind-boggling, right? To think that you started from nothing and in 6 weeks you were able to produce this, right? So futuristic. I think President Ariane has mentioned that futuristic is just, it's again, it's mind-boggling, and we're very proud of all of you. Thank you for all your work, your effort, the teachers, and of course thank you for representing us out there in the community. Congratulations.
Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
And I wanted to say that I was very, 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 very impressed when I looked into those goggles. I swear I was sitting in one of those chairs. It looked like a space chair. And up above, I thought it was what did I tell him? It was a rail for but he said it's the lights. Yeah. But it is so cool. I'm so proud of these young men. You know, they're moving on to the 21st century. You can see that. And you know, 24 students in 6 weeks. Wow. You know, I'm so proud of them. And I'm going to say this, even the parents, they're so smart. How did you get so smart? They're like, I don't know. I mean, this is amazing. You know, for these young men and young lady to create it, design it, and do the whole thing. I don't know. I'm so proud of the Unified School District and you students. I'm proud to be a board member here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Board Member Benavides.
Yes, I just want to, first of all, I want to say thank you to the students for all their hard work And this, I think I heard Director Chan say that this leaves a everlasting impression, and that those words speak volume. That's definitely true. When I put those things on, I was like, wow, I wish the audience could experience that short moment that we lived through the talent and perseverance and problem solving skills and just that we have here at Azusa High School. And every time that we give a recognition award to a student, whether it's the Train Fest or a sports team, you leave a lasting impression on me as a board member and me as serving for this community. And I so appreciate that. I'm so grateful for all the students and all their hard work. But today it's your day, so feel proud because the recognition is for all your hard work. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I wish you much success in the future.
Yeah, as I look through the goggles, there are just a few things that are really evident. One, your technical abilities are just so clear. Looking through and you describing that you did this over the course of 6 weeks, not knowing how to fully use this program really, and then moving to the place where you were able to create that, it just speaks volumes to your technical ability. Also, hearing the ways that you guys split up and worked on it as a team and describing this person was a part of this crew and that crew, and these are the different responsibilities, and we worked together to decide on these things, and collectively that's what you came up with. It's just an incredible testament to your ability to work on a team and to have teamwork with one another. And so kudos to you individually and to you collectively. And then finally, just looking at and thinking about the passion with which you were describing what you did, and just seeing how much I can tell the love that you put into what was created. And if you take that same love and effort and passion and continue to apply that as you move on into the future, I foresee exciting things for you all. And so congratulations and thanks for your hard work.
Board Member Benavides, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to just say one thing that I noticed among the group, that there was a project leader. And that, to me, I just felt that, wow, I was really impressed with the fact that all the students could come together and work as a team to, with a project manager. Being a project manager is something that definitely requires a lot of skill, tasking, assignments and things like that. So I just want to give kudos to all of you, because that just shows that you can also be a team player and that you are ready to lead in the future as well. Thank you so much.
I'll make mine short and sweet to you guys. Wow, wow, wow. Leaders in the making in front of us, futuristic. The fact that we have the next level engineers here in the house in Azusa. Congratulations. Give them a warm applause. Let's see what comes next. Now, what is going to come next is my colleagues. Can you guys join me in the middle to bunch up to take a picture?
Yeah, 3, 1, 2, and 3. One more, 1, 2. Thank you.
Okay. This is no. This is Mr. Romero. He was the from Leonardo's Apprentice. He's the one who helped guide this project. So okay.
As I forgot to thank the parents. Parents, thank you for letting us borrow your children. I actually remember one of the parents when I was a cheer coach. There's a few of them in the house. And one of the cheer parents, he was not in cheerleading, but she was actually pregnant with him. So I'm like, wait, is this your child? She said, yes. I said, oh my goodness, I'm old, but that's okay. I'm just really proud of the parents for your support for your children, because they can't do this without you. And we can't have our district without you. Thank you. And teachers. Thank you. All right. We are going to head and move on to item 6.2, which is our Gladstone Middle School Golden Days Parade awardees. We have Mr. Perdomo here, our principal from Gladstone Middle School. Turn it over to you.
Thank you very much for having us go second. No. Just kidding. Good evening, board members, cabinet, and attendees. My name is Sam Perdomo, and I'm the proud principal of Gladstone Middle School. It gives me great pleasure to present the GMS cheer along with their coaches, Vicky Marquez and Iris Almonte, who placed first in the marching unit division at the Golden Days Parade. I am so proud of these girls who dedicate 2 hours of their time in the afternoon practicing and cheering at games at least 3 times a week. And their hard work, as you can see, has paid off. Ladies, take it away. I'm introducing them first, and then I want to introduce the other club second. So these are our ladies. Do we want to bring the RC club also?
Why don't we recognize the cheerleaders first and give them their time?
Okay.
Yes, well, I'll turn it over to board member Rodriguez Pena to read the certificate for our GMS cheerleaders.
Azusa Unified School District Certificate of Recognition is proudly to present Gladstone Middle School cheer team Award in honors at exceptional performance, earning first place in the marching category at the Golden Days Parade. A remarkable achievement that reflects dedication, teamwork, and spirit. November 4th, 2025, signed by Superintendent Arturo Ortega and our board president, Gabriela Arianes.
All right.
So,
Yes.
so congratulations, students. You have did a fine job. I've seen you many times out in the field working hard, and I've seen you at the parade, so it's well deserved. And I'll let you know that Coach Vicky, I've known her for a very long time. She was my granddaughter's coach when she went to Gladstone High School. And I'm not surprised that she's working with you young ladies, and you girls are still winning, and she's still going strong. Go, Vicky.
Yeah, Board Member Ramos.
Yeah, congratulations, girls, for your award and the recognition, and thank you for that cheer. Jeff and definitely re-energized me. So, um, thanks again, and once again, we want to thank you for representing not only Gladstone Middle School but representing us in the community at the Azusa Golden Days events. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Board Member Benavides.
Congratulations, young ladies. Well deserved. That spirit, that team spirit, that spirit that's within you, definitely heard on the floor tonight. And I'm sure you carry that with you throughout the day. I loved it. It brought back some memories, but this is your day, and congratulations. Continue all the hard work and much success in the future. Thank you.
Member Greer.
First, I gotta say, I'm blown away by what seemed like an endless train of young ladies that were just coming in. And wow, we are mighty, and we are a large number of us, and just grateful for you. Thanks for the energy you bring. Yeah, I feel energized. I feel like that is the most powerful that I have ever heard that cheer. It could be because I'm sitting right here. But thank you, and congratulations, and thanks for being another one of the great reasons why we here at Azusa shine. So thank you.
All right. Last but not least, I want to congratulate each cheerleader, every one of you guys. And that coach right there is amazing. I've also known her for over 20 years when I was a cheer coach for Azusa Unified. And watching you work so hard, Miss Vicky, in every cheerleader, and you pour your heart into them, shows when they perform. Their smiles, their brightness, their energy, it comes out. This win proves that your dedication and teamwork paid off. And I'm so proud to call you guys GMS cheerleaders. Woo! All right. Will my colleagues please come to the front for a photo?
Everyone up three, one, two, and three. One more, one, two, and three.
Thank you, ladies, so much. Proud of you.
Good job.
Oh. Well, we're not done.
We are not done.
It also gives me great joy in presenting the GMS RC Club members, along with their advisors, Mr. Jim Rosales and Mr. Scott Aiden, who took second place in the float steps division and sweepstakes in the Azusa Unified School District category. I am also proud of the club because they dedicate their time to be skilled, radio-controlled operators. Give them a round of applause.
Sweepstakes. Yeah. We're worried we didn't have enough room to run cars here, so we don't have anything to demonstrate. These awesome kids that without them, there wouldn't be a club. There wouldn't be great kids. They did a great job.
This is just a few. There are more. How many total, Mr. Rosales?
We have 18.
Right. Yeah.
But someone couldn't make it today.
Yeah.
Usually there Thursdays. You're really proud of themselves. They did it.
Congratulations.
I-
Now we'll
I
have
have-
Board Member Rodriguez Pena read the certificate.
Yes, Azusa Unified School District Certificate of Recognition is proudly to present Gladstone Middle School Remote Control Car Club. This certificate is proudly presented to Gladstone Middle School Remote Control Car Club for earning second place in the float category and Distinguished Sweepstakes Award, a testimony to exceptional creativity, collaboration, and community pride. November 4th, 2025, signed by Superintendent Ortega and Board President Gabriela Arianes. And yeah, and I just wanted to know that you don't have to show it here because I seen you in the parade. I seen it. I took a picture and they were fantastic. The kids did a great job.
Thank you, Board Member Ramos.
Yeah, just congratulations again. And this is another example of the diversity that we have in talent in our schools, and especially with you now, with winning, getting this recognition and winning the sweepstakes. And yeah, so that's awesome. You make us all proud. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Board Member Benavides.
Congratulations for all your talent, skill, and hard work. We love the fact that you are here in Azusa and you continue to shine for our community. Thank you for all your hard work.
Board Member Greer.
What do we not do here in Azusa?
Yeah, everything.
And so, congratulations. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your creativity and ingenuity And yeah, just what you, again, I mean, Azusa is great, and you again are just another shining example of why. So thank you.
Board Member Rodriguez Pena.
And I
One
just
last-
wanted to add though, uh, I'm really proud of you students, and you're in elementary, middle school, and you kids have the right idea, the mindset of to create things, and that's beautiful. It's very hard for someone to be artistic, talented, right? And some people sing, some people dance. You kids have the brain to do these caritos, right? And I'm not surprised with Mr. Aiden, because I used to go see him all the time when he threw up spaceships or something like that. Right? Yes, rockets. Sorry, not spaceship. Rockets. So I'm not surprised that that you students are creating something different now, right? You did away with the rocket ships.
We still do them, but you're right.
Okay. So okay, thank you. That's all I have to say.
So I would like to, I am so proud you guys took sweet, can't say it. Thank you. And I've known you guys for a long time, and that's right, you're aging me. But with that being said, I know the type of work and teachers and dedication that you have, not only to our children, but to our community and parents. Thank you for letting us borrow your children. That's right. Give a round of applause to the parents. Absolutely. You go unrecognizable because of the fact that you're still here after 30 years, and you will continue to be here to keep shining light. And just know that you are in the right place, because we are A to Z in the USA. Azusa. That's right. I have my cheerleader going right here. Momentum. But hey, colleagues, anything else you would like to add? Okay, let's take a picture. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is my favorite time of our meeting here, where we get to shine some light on the great things Azusa Unified is doing. We're breaking ceilings, and I say we, actually they are, but things that we have never done before. And I just get the chills and I get like so excited for our students, for my children. They attend this district and how proud I am of all of this. And I have that to share with you guys, and ending on that note. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to our 7.1 public comment on agenda or non-agenda items. Hope, do we have any blue cards? We have one blue card. We'll go ahead and start with our blue card.
Testing. Okay, great. Dear board members, cabinet members, guests, I am grateful for the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Vicki Davis, and I am an English teacher and the academic decathlon coach at Azusa High School. Today, I would like to talk to you about two things, both benefiting our academic decathlon students. First, I would like to tell you about our students. Our academic decathlon team consists of 15 outstanding students from grades 9 through 12, representing 3 academic divisions. Honor students have a GPA ranging from 3.8 to 4.0. Scholastic students have a GPA ranging from 3.2 to 3.799. And varsity students have a GPA of 3.99 and below. These remarkable young people compete in 10 challenging events, including 7 multiple choice examinations in art, economics, language and literature, mathematics, music, social science, and science, as well as essays, speech, and interview competitions. You might be wondering, how can I help? One way is by becoming a judge for student speeches and interviews on January 31st at San Gabriel High School from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. You do not need any prior experience to be a judge for either speech or interview. You will be trained the morning of the competition, and every team, including Azusa High School, is responsible for providing 3 judges. So I'm here hoping that I can get at least 3 judges to help us today. So by volunteering, you are indeed supporting Azusa High School academic decathlon students. Once you have been registered the judges to be a judge, you will receive more information. Now, another way you can help is by attending Loteria Night at Azusa High School this Friday. It is from 6 to 7:30, and I would love for you to purchase some of the snacks that our students will be selling. The academic decathlon students are fundraising to buy appropriate attire to represent our school with the professionalism and dignity that they deserve. We plan to purchase polo shirts and blazers for each of our 15 students in academic decathlon. These uniforms are not only present not only present a polished and unifying appearance at competitions, but also instill a sense of pride and team identity among our students. The estimated cost for outfitting our 15 students would be approximately 1,200. So please consider attending Loteria Night and purchasing some of our delicious snacks. Thank you.
Thank you for that. All right. Lika, do we have anybody on Zoom that has raised their hand for a public comment?
We have no hands raised on Zoom.
Great. Then we'll go ahead and be able to move on. Moving on to item 8.1, comments, reports, and requests by the Board of Education. We'll start off with Board Member, Vice President Benavides.
Good evening, everyone. I would just like to say thank you to all the schools that students and staff and that participated in the Golden Days Parade this year. I really appreciate that. I'm so grateful for that you served in that annual event. It really means a lot. Hopefully next year we'll continue to support Golden Days, and it does bring the community together. So It's a great event. Thank you for that.
Awesome. Great. Thank you for your comments. We have board clerk Rodriguez Pena.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I want to congratulate all the students that received an award, and also to the young lady that did the Pledge of Allegiance in English and Spanish. That was precious. I knew her since she was just born. She's grown. And I just wanted to announce, I went to Paramount Elementary High Five Friday. It was a great morning. Parents, staff, principal, administrators, City Council member Jesse Avila, students were so excited as they were walking down the line as we were throwing bubbles at them. Well, not throwing, but I had a bubble gun. and cheering them on. And some kids are so excited, and some kids are like, "Really? I just woke up." Jeez, everyone's screaming. But I think it's a great idea to do this. We're gonna do it every Friday, monthly, or however. And I think it's great. Parents' involvement makes a difference, in staff working together. It was a lot of fun. I think we're going to Dalton next. Now that I see the principal, right? And I did go to the Dalton Elementary Garden Club. They had a field trip at Slauson Garden. They have beautiful fruit trees, eggplants, corn, cilantro, parsley. They had a lesson on how to plant certain plants and flowers and what season is the right time to plant them. I recall that Stella, the director of food service, spoke about this garden when I was working there as a lunch lady, and now it was dirt. The other day, beautiful. I meant to bring this eggplant that they gave me, fresh, beautiful. And I want to thank Stella. Her vision came true. It's a beautiful job. If you get time, you need to go and check it out right in the corner where the old schoolhouse used to be on Slauson Middle School. I went to Vallendale Elementary School. Deputy Superintendent Dr. Erica Torres came to observe community school program. During Dr. Torres' visit, students from Azusa High School Student Union, Valleydale Elementary peer mediators, students, staff, administrators, and myself all participated in a community circle. We were able to select from 5 topics. Most of the people selected, how has the work contributed to a stronger sense of belonging, support, and collaboration in your community? We all had different rationales behind it, but it narrowed down to belonging, community, working together. That's what makes it strong, just like what's happening today. And I want to thank also Director of Community Schools, Jenny Weeby, and her staff. And they all did a great job in the community schools. They work very hard, and I'm seeing it as I go to the school sites. We do appreciate them. The All Foundation, the Azusa Leadership Learning Educational Foundation on our Golden Days Loteria Night was very successful, and I want to thank all the AUSD staff that came out and supported our foundation. We have been in existence since 2016. We are all volunteers, and we work together to fundraise, to give back to Azusa Unified School District and high school scholarships, students, staff, programs at AUSD. The Golden Days Parade, as I mentioned, I loved this time to see the great highlights of Sierra High School and what programs are offered there. The Azusa High School and their marching band, Gladstone Middle School, and even the little go-karts that were there, they were showcasing them also, and the cheer team, and they all did a great job. And I really like that idea of them showcasing our great programs, because people were saying, well, we didn't know that they had AP courses at Sierra High School. People were impressed, and you could see the students walking. The same thing with Azusa High. They had banners that had what programs they have at their school site. And I went to Gladstone Middle School, Fall Festival. They had a trunk of treats, lowrider cars, games, Kona ice, delicious food. Students are having so much fun, and I had a great time too. Thank you, community school specialist, again, Brian Ponce, Principal Sam Perdomo, and all of their staff. And go Dodgers, back to back. I had to say that. Thank you.
Board member, we have Board Member Ramos. Sorry.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Once again, congratulations to the 3 groups of students that we had tonight and recognizing them. the recognition is always one of my favorite parts of the meeting. And also to the young lady that did the Pledge of Allegiance both in English and in Spanish. That was fun to listen to. I had a chance to participate in a couple of events. One of them was the Golden Days Parade. That was a lot of fun seeing the community and everybody waving at you, and actually they waved more at my son than at me. But I want to City of Azusa and the Azusa Golden Days Committee for another successful event throughout the week and also the parade. I also had the opportunity to join Lee School last Friday prior to Red Ribbon Week. They had in their assembly on Friday morning, they had the kickoff for the Red Ribbon Week. So they invited me to participate in that. And that was really enjoyable. A couple of things that I observed was a lot of parents that participate in these events. They're there with their children. Obviously, the children are there, the teachers, the staff. But it always amazes me to see so many parents, right, that are there with their students involved. And so it was a real enjoyable event for me. Also, Lee School just started student council this year. So they have, I believe there was 5 students that pretty much led the assembly. So it was really neat to see how leadership is starting at that level, right, when they're young. So that was really enjoyable to watch as well. So I want to thank Principal Diana Rojas for inviting me, and also Miss Lupe Alvarado that also invited me to participate as they kicked off the Red Ribbon Week. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member, Vice President Benavides. I'm sorry, Board Member Greer.
Yeah, and same thing. Just want to say again, kudos and congratulations to all those that we recognized tonight, and those who weren't here. You will be getting your certificates. Similarly, so grateful for another year to participate in the Golden Days Parade, and awesome to be able to honor those students here who received awards, but even for those students who were present. And I know many of them had to decide which, I'm involved in so many things, which group do I go with, and am I represented at the Golden Days Parade? And it's just, again, another testament to all the incredible opportunities that are going on here in our schools and even out beyond our schools and into the community. And so it was great seeing everyone there. And lastly, I do hope that everyone's blood pressure has returned back from Game 7 of the World Series. I am not a baseball fan, but I watched every game, and I might become one as a result of this last series. right. That's all I have.
We have our Vice President Benavides. I guess I'm left. And so being last, I get to hear all of you guys and just really echo what you guys say, because I just can't be more proud of being in Azusa, and not only have worked in this district and have seen the involvement of the programs that cabinet, our directors, our teachers, our principals have been able to provide, and the programs that Azusa is providing for our children that in other districts, surrounding districts, do you guys hear that? Surrounding districts do not have the opportunities that they have here in Azusa Unified. So I just want to give a round of applause to all our employees and parents and students right now, just to, I'm definitely a proud member of this board tonight with my colleagues with that. I was able to also participate in the Golden Days Parade. It is always a pleasure to go out into the community and be part of the community, to see our students shine bright, and to echo Board Member Rodriguez Pena, where people are saying, what? That school has that? We as a community do not know what we provide, because again, if you're not in the district, if you're not on, in the board, you don't know this stuff. So I really, really appreciate us and the schools participating at Golden Days. So that's kudos to all that participated. And yes, I have to jump on the bandwagon. That was nail biting. I'm sure everybody saw the Dodgers. We are from LA. You know, how could we not be proud of a back-to-back game 7 down to what is it, the 11th inning? I think we're all at the edge of our seats, and not only are we Susans, but we're proud LA County residents to back them up. And I do want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, since Thanksgiving is in 3 weeks, and we are near towards the end of the year. So hang on tight as we move forward to our Thanksgiving. And I, again, want at this Thanksgiving month, I want to thank all of you guys for being part of our family, our Azusa family. And I will go ahead and turn it over to our cabinet at this point. I'm sorry. Or our 9.1. I'm sorry. Comments.
We're moving on to item 9.1.
Yes, comments and reports by student board members, superintendent. Since we just had our student, do we have one online?
We do.
Okay, we can start off with her.
Awesome. Thank you, Board President. I would like to call on Miss Alina Torres. She is our student board member from Sierra High School to provide her report.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Ortega, and Cabinet. My name is Alina Torres, and I am excited to represent Sierra High School as our student board member. Since my last report, we had our last football game of the season on October 10th against Whitcomb and Glendora, and I am proud to report that we went undefeated the entire football season. Our Spartans didn't let us down. In October, we also started our softball season, and it looks like we have a good team this year. Last Friday was our first game against Coronado High. The game started off a little behind, but we just needed a little warm-up and ended up winning 17-11. We are looking forward to a repeat of last year and to go undefeated in softball again this year. Since the last meeting, our leadership, audio technology, graphic design, and engineering Spider Lab students were very busy preparing for the Golden Days Parade that happened on October 18th. I feel like we executed an amazing flow to represent Sierra High and all the programs and opportunities our school has to offer. It was great to have students DJing live and all the decorations, banners, signs, and shirts made by my fellow students. Last week, we also had a series of Halloween-themed spirit days with activities each day, like blindfolded pin the mouth on the pumpkin, mummy wrap contest, pumpkin bowling, door decorating competition with Miss Oldacre's class taking the win with their Little Shop of Horrors themed 3D design door. We also had a costume contest, and the Sierra's teachers and staff, and even our principal, surprised us with an inflatable costume race during lunch. We had fun music, a fog machine, and it was a close call between Miss Artiega and Mr. Chavez for the win. But Miss Artiega was the first one whose entire body crossed the finish line, as Mr. Chavez fell at the last minute. We did not expect any of that at all, but it was exactly what we needed to bring everyone together to celebrate a fun day. It is safe to say that the Sierra staff made this an unforgettable day. We also have another field trip this Friday, this time to Cal State LA. I hope all Sierra students take advantage of opportunities like this to explore their options after high school and start thinking about where they might want to pursue their education after graduation. With the end of our trimester coming up on November 21st, I wish all my fellow students the best of luck on their finals, and I encourage them to use these final weeks as an opportunity to improve their grades so they can be proud for their first trimester. I must say, I am looking forward to the trimester awards, as it feels pretty good to be recognized for your hard work. Thank you for letting me join you tonight as a Sierra student board member. Be safe, good night, and go Spartans.
Thank you, Alma.
Thank you, Alina Torres, for your report. I'd like to turn it over now to Jesse Pena Fernandez, our student board member from Azusa High School.
Thank you. So good evening, board president, board members, superintendent, cabinet, and community members. I first would like to start off with congratulating the California High Speed Rail interns from Azusa High School, as well as the cheer team and the remote control car club. Seeing these accomplishments and things that students are showing their commitment and dedication is just really, really, it makes me proud to see that as a student. just because, students are taking advantage of the opportunities that Azusa has to offer. So to begin my student report, I would like to congratulate our girls volleyball team for making it to CIF Division 7 and becoming Montview League champions. Our flag football team finished second in league and made it to the second round of CIF. For our girls tennis team, we are proud of Elizabeth Ibrahim for placing third in CIF prelims, Anika Kim and Evelyn Abarca for finishing second in doubles, and Ariana and Karina Garcia for becoming undefeated double champions who will soon compete in CIF. We'd like to congratulate our Aztec athletes for their hard work and dedication. Additionally, our Azusa High Student Union Mentorship Program has officially started at Valleydale Elementary, Dalton Elementary, and Gladstone Middle School. 2 weeks ago, our Aztecs led Red Ribbon Week activities with younger students, spreading student voice and leadership across the district. Our robotics team, the Aztecs, have also started the competition season and are currently undefeated. In addition to competing, they have begun their STEM outreach working with the Azusa Youth and Family Center, as well as Murray Elementary to inspire future engineers and innovators. On November 5th, tomorrow, our Mathletes Club will visit Dalton Elementary to support students with math activities, showing their commitment to academic growth beyond the classroom. Our career pathway students, along with ECP, ASD, and Student Union, represented Azusa High School at the Gladstone Middle School Fall Festival, helping promote our amazing programs. Last week, we also had the opportunity to welcome the class of 2030 to Azusa High School campus, where 8th graders got to experience life as future Aztecs. That same day, on November 7th, ASB will hold a blood drive in the gym at 9 a.m. Adults and anyone in the community is welcome to donate and help support our students. Our community schools program also reopened the Aztec Closet on October 22nd. It's a space where students can access clothing, hygiene products, school supplies, and other necessities as they need. With that being said, we invite everyone to coffee with the principal on November 6th at 9 a.m. For a community circle featuring the carpenters, union, and parent leaders. Then on November 7th, we'll be hosting Loteria Night at 5:30 p.m. in the West Campus Library. Azusa High's marching band and color guard will compete in a field competition at Duarte High School on November 11th, and we wish them the best of luck. And finally, Azusa High would like to honor all veterans in our community and our staff for their service. As a reminder, there will be no school on November 10th and 11th in observance of Veterans Day. I want to thank our students, staff, and community for continuing to show what it means to be committed and dedicated. In closing, Superintendent Ortega, I would like to see if I can request more information regarding the district-wide implementation of the firewall passwords on school-owned devices. Many students have raised concerns regarding the implementation of this firewall, and I would appreciate more clarification or announcement regarding this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fernandez, for your board report.
Good evening. I too would like to echo the congratulations to all of our students recognized tonight, along with all of the coaches, advisors, and teachers that make those opportunities possible for our students. I would also like to congratulate Azusa High School on a successful college fair that was very well attended by parents and students. We had great representation of a variety of colleges and universities, as well as the military and our very own Azusa Adult Education Center. So it was great to see just the wide variety of options that were shared with students and families. And finally, I would like to thank Mr. Acosta and the Murray staff for inviting me to their Halloween parade to be a judge. It was a very difficult task to have to select some of the best costumes at their Halloween parade, but it was a lot of fun and they had a wonderful turnout. So thank you.
So good evening. I want to start by congratulating our volleyball team at Azusa High School girls team for making it to CIF. I also want to thank the ladies on the flag football team. It was nice to be able to support them and watch them, even though the coach told me I'm not allowed to come anymore because every game I came to, someone had a knee injury. But I don't fault that to myself, but I do want to just continue to support them and appreciate them. I also want to give an update. We continue to make progress at Paramount Elementary with the classroom modernization. We are currently in building Wing D. We're hoping after the page turn with DSA next week that we'll finally get the approval to proceed with the administration building. We also are hoping to get the final approval for Hodge fire hydrant, which is the last phase to do the parking lot expansion. And with that approval, we'll be able to go out to bid with the last three remaining elementary schools, which will be Dalton, Lee, and Hodge. And those are my updates.
And good evening. I also want to congratulate all of the students and coaches and everyone involved with the students that we recognized earlier today. They really are wonderful examples of students and doing wonderful things for our school and community. I also want to lift up the entire committee and everyone involved with the Golden Days events. I was able to attend the AAL Foundation event, the Loteria night. That was really, really fun. And also the parade. That was a wonderful community event. And so I live in the area and I don't know of any other city that does the bringing together of a community as well as Azusa does. So really, really wonderful event. I too attended the college fair, and that was well attended by both different colleges and also the community and staff. So I really want to thank everyone involved. Having worked in the college counseling scene as I first got into education, I really value the work that we do to really educate our families and our students about the opportunities that they have to go to college. So it was nice to be there and connect and see the interactions between students and the different representatives from different colleges. So thank you.
I would like to congratulate the Azusa High School students that participated at Train Fest. This is a pure example of the power of students on display. We are so proud of the work. I had an opportunity to meet with Mr. Romero and got to put on the VR set and just to hear him explain how Train Fest, the actual fest, if our students and the work that they did in collaboration with other districts would not have been there, like it wouldn't have been a fest. It would just been an informational kind of session, but that our students had like lines, like if they were on a Disneyland ride, to come and experience what they had done. I want to congratulate Glasgow Middle School as well for taking 2 awards at the Golden Days parade. We know that when students are connected to other things outside of their core classes, we up the ante of success because that engagement hooks them into school. So just want to give a shout out to Glasgow Middle School, the RC Club, and the Cheer Club. And what a great way to get involved in the community by participating in the parade. Also had an opportunity to go to SELPA. They hold an annual festival of the arts. This is held at Royal Oak Middle School. I just want to show appreciation for the parent CAC, the SELPA, and all the participating districts and their staff. Our students that went to this festival of the art, they experience arts and crafts, live theater performances, a tide pool, and so much more. I just want to appreciate that we have districts coming together to provide this for our students. I also want to say that what an honor it was for Azusa Unified School District to have the state deputy superintendent, Dr. Erica Torres, here in Azusa. The reason for her visit is that this Thursday at the State Board of Education meeting, Azusa Unified School District will be highlighted for the community schools implementation. And so, yes, absolutely. And she was here because she wanted to see it with her very own eyes as she highlights Azusa on Thursday at the State Board of Education meeting. It was such an honor and so touching to hear from so many partners about the work that community schools has meant to them. to hear from elementary students and high school students. That alone could have been the visit. I mean, we could have ended there, just hearing from them. But I had an opportunity to connect with Dr. Torres afterwards, and she just was so impressed with what she saw, what she heard, what she witnessed, and she just could not stop thanking us because now on Thursday she's going to be able to speak firsthand about the power of what is happening here in Azusa. Lastly, I would like to announce that about a year from now, so around November 2026, I will be retiring from AUSD. The reason I am announcing so early is because of my love and respect for everything Azusa. I want to be able to provide the Board of Education plenty of space and time as you begin to work on deciding who the next superintendent of Azusa is going to be. So thank you.
Okay. Moving on to 10.1, approval of consent agenda. Can I please have a first motion?
Motion to approve.
We have Ramos. Can I please get a second motion?
Second.
We have Board Member Rodriguez Peña. Do we have any discussion? Seeing that there's none, we can go ahead and take a vote. And this is our new display. So, all right, we're able to do passes 5-0. I'm so sorry, student board member. I forgot, I apologize. What would be your preference?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to item 12.1, presentation of the Azusa Unified School District AUSD Dual Language Immersion DLI program. Ms. Gonzalez Amador, I will turn it over to you.
Well, good evening, President Arellanes, board members, cabinet, and community. I am Margarita Gonzalez Amador, Director of Multilingual and Categorical Programs. Tonight, we are excited to share an update on our dual language immersion programs, or DLI, in Spanish and Mandarin. In just a moment, you'll hear directly from our elementary principals about the wonderful things happening on their campuses. At the core of this work is our district's vision to prepare students to be global citizens in a multilingual, multicultural world. We are building a strong preschool through high school DLI pathway so that students graduate fluent and literate in English and another language and earn the seal of biliteracy. Next slide, please. Our DLI program is centered on 3 goals: bilingualism and biliteracy, where students develop fluency in listening, speaking, reading, and writing in both languages; academic excellence, students master grade level content in both English and the target language; and multicultural and global competence. Students gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of other cultures, preparing them to thrive in the diverse world. At the elementary level, our Spanish DLI programs run from preschool through 5th grade at Valleydale and Hodge Elementary Schools. Our new Mandarin DLI program at Dalton Elementary is now in its 2nd year, serving TK through 1st grade, expanding 1 grade level per year. Dalton also offers a Mandarin enrichment program for students in 2nd through 5th grade. At the secondary level, our Spanish DLI program continues at Gladstone Middle School with courses in Spanish language arts and history social studies. This year, our first DLI cohort has reached Azusa High School, where students are taking pre-AP Spanish and biology in Spanish. We are incredibly proud of the progress and opportunities these programs provide our students. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our principals, Ms. Jeanette Flores from Hodge, Ms. Jessica Estrada from Dalton, and Mr. Horacio Trejo from Valleydale, who will share highlights, stories, and voices from their school communities.
Good evening, Board President Arellanes, board members, cabinet, and community. Once again, my name is Jeanette Flores, and I have the honor to serve as principal at Hodge Elementary. Tonight, I would like to share with you the history and progress of bilingual education at Hodge Elementary. Hodge Elementary has a long and proud history with dual language immersion. Back in the 1990s, the staff at Hodge wrote and were awarded a Title VII grant to implement 5-year two-way immersion program. In this model, each grade level had an English teacher and a Spanish teacher. Initially, we followed the 50-50 model, with students switching as a class between the two teachers. From 1995 to 2016, Hodge's two-way immersion program evolved to meet the needs of students to comply with new requirements such as Proposition 227, which mandated parent waivers for instruction in Spanish. While our percentages and instructional models shifted over the years, one thing always remained constant: our unwavering belief in the value of developing literacy in both Spanish and English, and in fostering bicultural appreciation. From our youngest students learning traditional dances, to staff and students dressing up for cultural celebrations, to joyful holiday performances sung in Spanish, Hodge has proudly embraced biliteracy and biculturalism for over 30 years. In 2016, Azusa Unified District officially adopted the dual language immersion program as a distinctive initiative, expanding it to 2 elementary schools. In 2020, Hodge began implementing the SEAL program, which builds on students' home language and culture. In 2023, we launched our first transitional kinder DLI class, and we expanded the program to include preschool, with 18 students currently enrolled. Today, 244 students from preschool through 5th grade are part of the dual language immersion program, and we couldn't be prouder. Through SEAL and our continued commitment to bilingual, we celebrate. Through SEAL and our continued commitment to biliteracy, we celebrate and build upon the incredible assets our bilingual students bring to the school community. The staff at Hodge is thrilled that our students can now continue their biliteracy journey into middle school and high school. Our very first AUSD DLI students are now 9th graders at Azusa High School, a testament to the lasting legacy of what began at Hodge over 3 decades ago. Next, I will share with you student testimonies on what they love most about being in the dual language immersion program at Hodge.
¿Y me puedes decir qué es lo que más te gusta de estar en el programa bilingüe?
Que podemos comunicarnos con más personas y leer más libros.
Me gusta estar en clases bilingües porque, por ejemplo, si alguien necesita ayuda pero no más habla español, puedo ayudarle y hablar en español.
Las estudiantes de Hodge son muy lindas y también las maestras. Me gusta estar en clases de doble inmersión porque puedo tener un futuro mejor y puedo ayudar a mi comunidad.
Me gusta aprender inglés y español.
Me gusta estar en clases de doble inmersión porque puedo aprender sobre 2 lenguajes que conozco más.
Y no podía hablar en español, pero cuando hice el doble inmersión, podía hablar mucho con mi familia en español.
A mí me gusta hacer el doble inmersión porque yo puedo ayudar a más estudiantes y también los adultos.
Where I get to communicate with other people from different countries, for example, Mexico or España.
Que podemos ayudar a otras personas en 2 idiomas.
Un cosa que yo me gusta más es mi maestra y mis amigos y mis amigas.
Es que me puedo comunicar con muchas personas.
Nos abren las puertas a mundos diferentes.
Podemos comunicar con otras personas que nomás hablan español. Aprendiendo los dos idiomas y escritura en los dos idiomas.
Porque cuando una persona necesita ayuda, pero el otro no sabe español, tú puedes enseñar qué estás diciendo.
Hi, my name is Roxana Sanchez, and I've been a bilingual teacher for 25 years here at Hodge Elementary School. I have seen bilingual education in our district grow in such meaningful ways. When I first started teaching, the focus was mainly on helping students learn Spanish as quickly as possible, but over the time I have seen a shift towards valuing students' home languages and cultures. Now, bilingual education feels more about celebrating who students are and giving them tools to succeed in both languages. I'm very fortunate to be in a district that provides all necessary resources in order to achieve our bilingual goals.
Thank you. Good evening, Board President, board members, cabinet, and members of the Azusa community. I would like to start off by introducing myself. My name is Jessica Estrada, and I have the privilege of serving as the proud principal of Dalton Elementary, home of the Bobcats, and our dual language immersion Mandarin program. At Dalton, we are proud to provide our students with the opportunity to become bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural through a rigorous and engaging dual language model. We are a 50-50 language model. Our Mandarin program continues to grow, and our students are thriving academically and socially as they develop strong skills in both English and Mandarin. We're equally committed to supporting our teachers and our staff through ongoing professional development, ensuring that instructional practices reflect the highest standard of dual language education. And as a SEAL school, we're in our year 2 of implementation, and we continue to deepen our focus on language-rich, culturally responsive, and rigorous education. I am so proud of our dedicated teachers, the supportive families, and the students who embody the joy of learning each and every day. Together, we're building a foundation for global citizenship and lifelong success. At this time, I would like to share a brief video from parents and our Dalton student community that highlights their experiences and voices within our dual language immersion Mandarin program. Click slightly to the right. Can I try?
It's been amazing. My children are in first and TK in the DLI Mandarin program. First off, I'm Korean and my husband is Anglo-Saxon, so Mandarin is not something we have background in as well as culturally. It has opened up their minds, tap into areas of their brain that tap into curiosity and imagination. and it also helped manage their emotions.
I'm Fan. My son is in the first grade of the DLI Mandarin program. My family is Latino and Chinese, so I'm the only one who can speak Chinese at home to my kids. So being in this program really helped him to build up his very strong foundation and confidence in using the language. And also this program is more than just language. For us, it's connection, culture, and the pride of both sides of who he is.
My name is Philip Coffin, and we have a son, Miles, in first grade. So it's the second year of the program for him, and it has been an absolute joy for him and our family to see him grow and learn so much. A recent highlight is he's been able to learn to translate for me. I don't speak Chinese, his mother does. So when we've been with family or out in the community, he's been able to translate for me, and that has been a surprise and joy for us. So we're so thankful for the continued investment from the district, and we look forward to next year. Thank you.
小朋友，上课了，上课了，一二三，一二三，站起来，站起来，大声说，大声说，老师好，老师好，一二三，一二三，请坐下，请坐下。好棒，好棒，好。
That was a student greeting the class and their teacher in Mandarin, which is a practice that they do every day. I would just like to thank you all for the continued support of Dalton Elementary and our dual language immersion Mandarin program. 谢谢.
Good evening, Board President Arellanes, Board of Education members and the community. My name is Horacio Trejo, proud principal of Valleydale. Now, Ms. Gonzalez Amador has spoken about the 3 goals of our dual language immersion program. Tonight, I want to focus on that second goal, the academic excellence, and share what it truly looks like when students learn in 2 languages. Before we talk numbers, I want to start with something more personal. Let's hear directly from our families, and you will see how bilingualism has helped their children connect with their culture, their community, and their ability to help others.
Sí, le ha ayudado mucho porque es muy curioso y le gusta saber sobre las costumbres y de nuestro país, no solo de nuestro país, sino de otras culturas.
Sí, porque precisamente a mis hijos les gusta mucho el español y el inglés y les ha ayudado mucho en su cultura. De hecho, mis hijos bailan folclore porque les ha motivado a escuchar las canciones en español y eso ha hecho que ellos amen más la cultura, bailan folclore, los dos les encanta el folclore. También les gusta la música mexicana.
He notado mucho cambio para él, le encanta hablar en el español cuando se encuentra con una persona, cuando no, pues habla en inglés, pero a él le encanta ayudar a otras personas cuando lo necesitan y le ha tocado ver personas en las tiendas que a veces necesitan personas mayores y eso le da mucho gusto.
Now, what you just saw is the heart of dual language. It's connection, confidence, and pride. But what I also want to show you now is the proof. The evidence that our dual language program is not only powerful for identity, it's also powerful for learning. At Valleydale, our academic growth has been remarkable. In English language arts, our overall school proficiency rose from 21% in 21-22 to 33% this year. That is nearly a 12-point increase school-wide. But our DLI students, they reached 44%. Their 3-year growth was more than double the school-wide average. In math, the story is the same. Our overall math proficiency rose from 12% to 29%, and our DLI students led the way once again with 36% proficient this year. Now, every year we meet new families of kindergartners and first graders who worry. They see their child's early progress and ask, are they behind? And I tell them learning in two languages takes time. Those first years are about building a foundation. But once it clicks, they do not just catch up, they take off. They began thinking more deeply, making stronger connections, and solving problems in more creative ways. They are learning to see the world through two lenses, and that makes them powerful learners and compassionate human beings. This is not a story of delay. It is a story of depth, of persistence, and of promise. Valleydale's DLI students are showing us what is possible. They are thinkers, readers, and bridge builders. They remind us that bilingualism is not a barrier to success, it's a path to excellence. So to our parents, our staff, and to this board, thank you for believing in this work and for standing behind the idea that our students can achieve at high levels in two languages. Thank you.
We want to thank the Board of Education for the continued support that makes our dual language immersion programs possible, and for the opportunities that allow our students and families to choose a truly bilingual and bicultural education. Thank you again for allowing us to share this glimpse into the amazing work happening across our district. Thank you.
Being a parent, I just want to make a comment real quick. Being a parent of a dual immersion child that went through the 50-50 model, I'm sorry, the 90-10 model, and seeing the involvement of this is just amazing. I just want to congratulate you guys for believing in this and to keep it going. I truly appreciate your presentation. And my daughter did get the biliteracy, and she's so proud. Today we were I went to take her to go get a tire, and she did everything in Spanish. She asked for it, and she's like, I wasn't even intimidated. And I said, well, thank you, Azusa, because it truly, shaped her life, and now she is truly bilingual. Would any of my colleagues like to say anything? We'll start on this side, actually.
Yeah, incredible stuff. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you for even the firsthand look, being able to see the videos and hear firsthand. Just incredible work. Definitely keep it up, and excited and so grateful that we have this here in our district. And so thanks for your leadership and making it possible. Only question I had, I was hoping that maybe we could get provided with an update. Mr. Trejo, I love the data that you shared regarding just the impact and the difference. I would love it if it were possible for us to also kind of see comparables, recognizing that there's natural drop off as students progress through the dual immersion program, each grade by grade. It would be helpful to see kind of where things began and what maybe that drop off has been, and then how that compares to other programs like this, just to know where we stand in comparison to other programs.
So what you like to know is the drop off in numbers from like when they started off in kindergarten?
Yeah, so looking at the fact that we have, for example, our first cohort in 9th grade, which is absolutely incredible. What was the size of the cohort when that cohort first began, and if it's possible to kind of gauge what that drop off has been and how that compares to other programs?
Yes, absolutely. We can work on that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I will comment that having experience and having worked in this arena, that is something that you typically see and expect, especially when kids go past elementary, because now there's so much competition, right? And so many things that are attractive. And, we have the 3 classes, but Azusa's kind of bucking those numbers, are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's actually a lot of students are choosing to continue to be in the program, and so just again, I think that's a kudos to the people behind this, the teachers, the parents, the staff, because that is not typical. Typical, you see a big drop off, especially when they go from elementary to middle school. So just want to give a kudos, because that's a big testament to the program that they actually want to continue and stay in the program.
Board Member Benavides.
Yes, I want to say thank you for all the incredible work that we see in the students, right? So what really, and I appreciate the data, Mr. Trejo, but one of the things I noticed in the video presentation was the students' confidence, right? It builds that confidence and they're so young. And I just really appreciate that. And kudos to all the hard work that's behind that. And just to know that those students will, it's kind of like Mr. Trejo said, it's a path to excellence, right? And perseverance. So thank you for that.
Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
Yes, I wanted to add, I think it's great that Azusa Unifies gives the students the opportunity to learn, English, Spanish, and Mandarin. I think that knowing more than one language is beneficiary to the student and adults, I would say. It does help you in school, in home, and in the workplace. Some people do get more money if you are bilingual, and that's even in being sign language, that's considered bilingual, right? So I think we're giving these young children a great start, and especially Mandarin. Wow, trilingual, right? What do you think of that? Wow, I think it's good because I noticed some of those students, because I have been in that class before, and there are students that do speak Spanish, but they want to learn Mandarin also. So I think it's great that we give the opportunity for our students to have these programs. And at Valleydale, how the mom said, it helps them help others. And just like the students did the same thing. Help my friend to help them if they don't speak Spanish. So again, yes, that's confidence, but that's also giving perseverance that they can do it. At first, you go into class in Mandarin, because that's the newest here in our district. Who would have known, right? Now we have these kids literally speaking Mandarin. I'm in awe with that. And I want to thank the principals, the staff, the board, all of us, knowing that, you know what, it can happen here. As long as we give them the opportunity, they'll take it. Thank you.
Board Member Ramos.
I just want to echo what my colleagues have said, and thank you for bringing these presentations to us. We all know that we have these great programs, but when we actually see the results and also the data, I think it's great. Being fully bilingual myself, I recognize the importance of having that skill set, right? As our kids and our students get older and they grow in their careers, the opportunities open up for them. So, and as Board Member Rodriguez Peña mentioned, also Mandarin now, right? Those of us that grew up bilingual, it's Spanish and English, but also having a third language, and a lot of our kids are going to have the opportunity to be trilingual. That's great, and it just opens up more opportunities for them, not only in their careers, but to expand in different cultures, which I think is also an important part of education. So thank you all for your time and your effort, and for your presentations tonight.
All right. And now we're moving on to item 12.2, review of first quarter Williams Uniform Complaint Report 2025-2026. Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Camacho, I'll turn it over to you.
We have nothing to report for this quarter, and I pass it over to my colleague, Ms. Jamal.
Thank you. So we continue to work on our Williams report. So we know we do have an outside inspector that inspect our facilities. This is our requirement. So this is our district, once again, going over and beyond. This year we did something different. We broke up the report in 5 sections. So each principal and the MOT department can focus on a smaller section of the report. So it's about 20% of the report. Last Friday, the second 20% report was due, which was the green report. So we will be doing our audits. We actually go out and we re-inspect what they've identified, what has been completed, provide support, feedback, or provide images of anything that we see new, with the hopes and goal that this is going to help us on the trajectory to continue to improve our overall scores.
Thank you. We're going to be moving on to item 13.1, presentation update, updated surplus property timeline. Mr. Ortega, Superintendent, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Board President. I do have 2 updates to share tonight. Number 1, following this agenda item, we do have on our board agenda a 4th amendment to the purchase and sale agreement with Taylor Morrison for the former Mountain View Elementary School property. This amendment will extend the feasibility period and the closing date. Second, want to share that on October 23rd, 2025, we did receive an additional non-refundable deposit for the former Sierra High School property from Melia Homes.
All right, great. Now that the info has been shared with us, we're moving on to item 3.2, approval of fourth amendment to the purchase and sell agreement with Taylor Morrison of California, LLC, former Mountain View Elementary School. Can I please get a first motion?
Motion to approve.
Ramos, can I please get a second motion?
Second.
Great. Any discussion at this time? Board, student board member preference?
Yes.
Great. Colleagues, please place your vote. And it passes 5-0. We're moving on to item 13.3, discussion and approval of naming a facility, Azusa High School baseball field. Mr. Ortega, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Board President. This item is here this evening per board request. I do want to point out that tonight, what is before the Board of Education is a decision to name the Azusa High School baseball field or not. Tonight is not a decision to name the Azusa High School baseball field a particular name, anything like that. Tonight, what's before the board is just to decide, do we want to name the Azusa High School baseball field? And so that is what is before the Board of Education.
Great. And we'll go ahead and then, since now you've shared the info, I would like to go ahead and move this to an action item, which is motioning over to discuss if we would like to discussion on approval of naming the facility. Can I get a first motion?
Motion to approve.
Can I get a second motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second. Would our board like to discuss?
Yes, I have some input on this item. I personally don't see the purpose of naming or even it doesn't have a name now, obviously, but my question to the Superintendent Ortega is, have we had any coaches or any phone calls or any community members that have came forward regarding, except our one public comment that we had, come forward and is asking for this?
Besides the public comment, I don't recall any other staff member from Azusa High School or coaches or anything like that to requesting that the Azusa High School baseball field be named.
Okay, and also I would like to know what would be the dollar amount if, you know, not today, but moving forward, you know, what would it cost? And my big concern really is, are we opening a can of worms? You know, that's one field. If you do one, I mean, how many fields do we have? Are we going to have all of a sudden everyone's going to want to name every single field something else? So that's what I mean by opening a can of worms. You know, starting something, we have to think about it strongly, because we're talking about one, but why can't I do it over here too? That's my concern. And then that's when you're gonna start talking about dollars and money and who's gonna do it and how it's gonna work. And we're talking about one right now, but yeah, I am concerned that it will fireball. It will. So that's my concern regarding this item.
I'll make a comment. If I recall, I think in the past, and I think some of the board members here were sitting on the board back then, that there was renaming of facilities. So that ball was rolling a long time ago. So I think that we should, you know, it's something that we should open up for discussion, continue it as an agenda item, do our research, and then move forward from there, see what the board decides.
Any more comments before we go to a vote?
Well, actually, I thought that's what we're doing now. We're opening it for discussion. That's why it is on the agenda today.
So
this is the discussion that we're having.
Yes, we'll go ahead and make sure that when you guys want to speak, to look to me and not just speak out, please. Thank you. We have Board Member Ramos.
Yeah, so just for clarification, can we continue the discussion by moving forward with the approval, or once we move forward with the approval, we have to come up with a name, or can we, in that process, later decide that we're not gonna?
We're gonna have superintendent respond that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. The board can definitely decide to not make any decisions tonight and say we would like to bring this back for further discussion. But if the board does decide tonight that they would like to name the Azusa High School baseball field, the next step per board policy 7310 is that staff now has to put together a citizen advisory committee. And this committee would look at the possible renaming, I'm sorry, not the possible renaming, the possible naming of the Azusa High School baseball field. And we would work with the committee. We'd put a committee together and work with them to come up with suggestions and ideas. Ultimately, that citizen advisory committee would come to the Board of Education with a recommendation for a name for the baseball field. If the board wanted to move forward with naming it that recommendation, then there would have to be a public hearing so that members of the community can come and speak to this potential new name that the baseball field is going to get. So today the board can vote, we're good, we don't need to rename the field, or they can vote to say, yes, let's rename the field, or to the third option, we're not ready to make a decision. Can we bring it in a further meeting to continue to discuss, do we want to do this or not?
Great. Any further questions right now, Board Member Ramos? We'll go ahead and go with Board Member Greer and then Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
So I wasn't here the evening that the public comment was made regarding this item. And just for a note of clarification, did the commenter bring any kind of like, I don't know, signed petitions or anything that would have indicated that there was a community swell of support for this outside of?
No, sir. Public comment, I would characterize it as their request.
So then, because the concern that I would have with moving forward is, to your point, Board Member Rodriguez Peña, is just the precedent that this sets, whereby if there was one member of the community who came forward and desired to recommended or suggested the changing of a name, that's a lot of work and activity that happens with one suggestion or recommendation. I do know that there have been instances, and I've been on the board when we have, where we have chosen to commemorate certain spaces and name them after individuals. To the best of my knowledge, with those instances, it has come with it somewhat of a groundswell of kind of community support requesting that, and it would be helpful if we had some sort of, I understand it's up to our discretion, it would be helpful if we had some sort of threshold as a guideline that would trigger something. But as we might potentially think about what that threshold would be, it wouldn't seem to me that we are quite there yet now, to a point where it would trigger this kind of action. Doesn't mean that it couldn't get there into the future at some point, but it doesn't seem to me like we're quite there.
Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
So my question, so when, I'm just saying, if it passes, go to the process, can it goes to the community, and can it be more than one person? You know, all of a sudden 5 people say, no, you name it this, or name it this, right? I mean, not just one, but it will be open to the community, and the community may want to call it something else, or what have you, right? Then that has to be on a vote. That's how it works. Not necessarily, not, okay. Understood.
We have Board Member Benavides.
So can you explain that again to me, Mr. Ortega? What's the process at this point? Because I also want to be, for clarification, and it's not to offend anybody, but I also want to be clear because we also represent the community. So I don't, you're right, Board Member Greer, I don't think we're quite there. And we should give an opportunity to the community to speak on behalf of their reasons, right? And maybe it's not just one, it could be a handful. And we should give that when I say community, it's inclusive of not just that one particular individual that came here tonight, but everyone, that maybe there's an interest from other community members. And have we given them a fair opportunity? I say not. So I don't know that we are ready to move to the next step. So I just want to hear from you, what is the next step? Because I'm not really clear on that.
We'll have, and then we'll have you speak after him. Okay.
What's before the Board of Education tonight is a decision to be made to say, we, the board, would like to move forward with naming the Azusa High School baseball field. Or we, the board, do not want to continue moving forward with the naming of the Azusa High School field. Board member Ramos did bring up, can the board say, we don't want to decide that right now? Can we, at a further meeting, can we talk about it and discuss it more? If the board decides tonight that yes, they would like to move forward naming the Azusa High School baseball field, then staff would begin to work on putting together a citizens advisory committee. That committee's task would be to build a process, whereas they would ultimately bring a recommendation to the Board of Education. We, the Community Advisory Committee, recommend to the Board of Education that we name the Azusa High School baseball field X. Then it would be up to the board to say, we like that recommendation, let's move forward with that. But before the board can officially do that, we would have to put a public hearing where the public could come and speak to that decision. They can say, I'm here to support, or I'm here completely against this, or whatever. So that would be the process if the board decided tonight to say, we would like to move forward with the process of naming the Azusa High School baseball field.
Okay, we have Board Member Greer. And then I will comment after that.
And so for just one point of clarity to your statement, Superintendent Ortega, a vote of no tonight would be no, we would not be moving forward with the renaming of this field, but it could also be we are not moving forward at this time. That it opens the option of in the future there is the option of reopening this. So it's not an official forever no, but it would be a no for now. And to Board Member Benavides, I don't know that I would quite agree with you in saying that we haven't given our community an opportunity to speak. I think these meetings, I think the fact that this conversation is happening is that opportunity to speak. Again, I think that the threshold, the threshold of bringing this to the board, I would should be more than an individual. And again, I don't know what that amount is or what that would be, and I can't pretend to know that. But it would be I would like to see, before we said yes and authorized a group to move forward and name something, that there was more of a community swell and community interest in order to do so. And so if that were to happen into the future, this would be something that I would be interested in reconsidering if and when that happened.
Okay. After me. Yeah. I think it's really important to acknowledge, right, that we are bringing it forward here on our agenda since it was discussed. And it is important that when things are brought up to the, brought up in the agenda, our community reads our agendas and they know that this is going to be on the agenda. Therefore, they have the opportunity to come and speak to the board on the agenda item and be able to sway or be able to convince or be able to speak to us because it's the democracy. And so therefore I would agree that at this point right now, the naming of the facility of the baseball field is not something that is a community uplift, right? I personally have spoken to teachers at Azusa High, the current baseball CIF champion coaches, and they would also agree that at this time right now they have, they didn't come. And so therefore it's not a community at this point right now, it is not a community want. It is maybe one or two individuals. And so therefore we could vote on it right now. I would agree with our board member Greer that, later on in the future, it can definitely be brought back to the board. With that being said, I would like to end with one last comment and moving on to a vote. Go ahead, board member Benavides.
I just wanted to clarify that, and that's a great point you made, because back to board member Greer's comment with he hasn't seen a swell people walk in. Well, I haven't seen a swell of people walk in opposition either. So I think that I feel that maybe this is something we can bring back so that maybe we have that opportunity.
Thank you. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and move to a vote. We're going to end discussion. If we can go ahead, colleagues, please place your vote.
Board President, if we can get clarification what the motion was. A motion.
I'm sorry. Yes. It is, I would like to get a recommendation, motion for the recommendation of the Board of Education to discuss and approve naming a facility Azusa High. So a yes would be yes, we're moving forward to it. A no would mean no, not at this time.
Can you call for a motion?
Thank you. Can I please get a motion to move this forward?
I thought there was a first and second. She made a second.
Oh, there was?
She made a first.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, she did. You made a second. She made a first.
Ramos was first and Benavides was second.
Yeah.
Okay, now can we please move to a vote?
And just for clarity, the motion was to approve, to move this forward.
So
to your point.
To my point.
A yes is.
Yes, we're moving forward. A no is not at this time.
Got it.
Not right now.
Thank you for
Could be later.
Thank
not
you
right now.
Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, and the votes have been brought in by all board members. We have 4 nay and 1 yes. This will not be moving forward at this time. Moving on to 13.4, discussion and approval of Board Bylaw 9100 organization.
Board President, item 13.4 is also here as a board request. The board can have a discussion if there's any amendments that are wished upon Board Bylaw 9100.
Okay, we're opening up. I would like to move forward with the motion. First motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Board Member Rodriguez Pena. And we have a second motion.
Second.
We have one by Board Member Greer. So we have our motions in place. And I would like to go ahead and move it over to Board Member. I'm so sorry. Open discussion. Yes, Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
I just wanted a clarification of what is the discussion pertaining to. I mean, I'm reading it, but what is this discussion about?
I would like to go ahead and make a comment on that as basically, as we discussed in our governance meeting with the consultant, Angela, I believe it's important that any school board member stepping into the presidency completes a leadership or governance training beforehand. This suggestion aligns with Angela's recommendation and reflects a proactive approach to strong governance. This isn't about questioning anyone's capabilities. It's about ensuring that our board leaders are fully prepared for the unique responsibilities that come with the presidency, including strategic oversight, policy adherence, and effective leadership. Moreover, as a school board member, we model the importance of education and lifelong learning. By committing to training and professional development, we demonstrate through our actions that continuing to educate ourselves is essential. It reinforces our core values and sets a positive example for our students, staff, and community. So with this being said, what I would like to go ahead and add to 13.4 is that anyone coming into the presidency, as our consultant Angela did share with us, that is very important to be able to take the course prior or to in February when it is offered for our board members. Any discussion? Yes.
So I'm a little confused also. For clarity, your recommendation is that we add language to make it mandatory that a potential prospective president takes the course?
Yes, I am. I'm also adding that. Yes.
So I'm grateful for the recommendation, even the strong recommendation made by Ms. Pride. I think that it is a helpful and a wise thing, and I would hope that each board member, even prior to that, would take advantage of that opportunity. But I would definitely want to stop short of making it a board bylaw requirement. That seems to be a bit overreaching in my opinion.
Okay, we have Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
Yeah, I do recall her mentioning strongly, though, strongly that they should be taking that course. But also, all of us, usually when we become get to presidency, we're here 3 years, sometimes 4 years. Sometimes they skip people. That happens too. That I think it gives them time to take that course, and I think the course is very important because the course is very important from hearing from other districts, from knowing, because just sitting there is not just sitting there. You need to know your policies, you need to know direction, and you need to actually, answer questions. And a lot of those things you do get on the board president's workshop. I mean, I've been there twice actually, and it's really good, to know if you're going to sit in that seat, it's just not sitting and reading that paper. It goes a lot further, and that's why I feel, yeah. I mean, I think it would be okay just to add it. I don't see any harm in it. That's all. I don't see any harm if you did. It would put it there because we do have the time, and now they even do them online. You don't even have to go to a seminar. You don't have to go to CSVA or what have you. They have them online also. So it's not that hard, but I do think it's necessary because it's important. Information is very important. That's how I feel about it.
To answer your question, why you said, let me know if I'm misquoting you. You don't think it's necessary?
I think it's over.
Right.
I think it's overreaching for the autonomy of
right. And so I will answer this way. If we are asking our children, our students, to have dedication in their leadership and the things that they value, I think we need to set the precedents. This is not a thing that, like, that will impede or that will negatively impact an individual to take this course. We as a collective body should embrace that the district will be paying for that, that training. It's online now, it's offered, throughout the year. I think anybody coming into this role should commit to taking that within that year. It's very important because of the fact that, let's just say a year from now, it's a whole new board. It is important, whoever stays here, to have that leadership belt, that, that training to be able to carry this board forward. And so, yes, I am asking our board to please add this language to make sure that we not only hold our students to high standards, but we hold ourselves accountable into high standards. Yes, Board Member Greer.
I'm a fan of giving us options. It's not always going to be us sitting up here. There will be a future when there are others, and when we put language in bylaws, I would caution us to be careful what language we put into bylaws, because it has the potential of hamstringing future boards. If there happen, what do we do in the instance of a future situation where there is a rotation of new board members that come in, and now there's a couple new board members, or we have two board members from earlier, and neither of them have yet taken the board presidency class, and now we're in a situation where technically the board bylaw says that this, and so are we stepping against? I think that for there to be it to be advised, for it to be recommended, for there to be coaching when someone comes onto the board to say, this is very helpful, and this is what you should do. I hope everyone does do it, but to make it a requirement in order for someone to be a board president, there may be somebody who says, if for one reason or not that they are not in need of it. I think to make it a requirement is overstepping.
I'm going to answer that. You said hamstring, but again, it is important that we set precedents as we are asking our community, our students, to do certain requirements. Therefore, adding this is not a hamstring. I think it strengthens our collaboration. It strengthens us as individuals. And by all means, if the individual does not commit, they will be, what I would like to add is to be skipped. But if they commit to, you know what, I may not have taken it before the presidency, but I commit to taking it in this next year. Superintendent, please sign me up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Given the opportunity. I'm not saying what I'm suggesting, I believe that it's not just cutting them off. No, you can't, we're going to skip you for this rotation. Absolutely not. However, if you would like to take this position, absolutely, we're 100% behind you. However, it's important that you do learn certain things, just as we have gone to the training, right? That anyone that sits here, you're doing 2-3 things at once. You need to make sure you need to do your homework, and what that homework is important to understand, that you learn it at that workshop. That is all I am suggesting. That is all that I am bringing forth to the board. Nothing more, nothing less. If the individual decides in that year, say they do commit, you know what? I do take the presidency, even though I have not gone to the course, but I do commit that I will take the course in this next year. Absolutely we will back you up. Why? Because that individual will be telling the community, as much as we ask you to take accountability and responsibility, we as a board collectively will do the same by example. That is it. Board Member Rodriguez-Peña.
Yes, I will say I think it's important. We suggested our student staff. To be a teacher, you need to be certified. To graduate, you have so many credits. That's just an example I'm just giving. What's the harm of we, place something here that we also need to commit to, just like our board governance, right? And in the workshop, when they haven't, it's 8 hours. That's a lot of stuff to take in. 8:30 to 4:30. When we go to CSVA, it's all day course. So it's not like so short that you're just going to learn like that. So I'm just saying there's so much important information in there. I just don't see the harm. That's how I feel.
Okay, any board member Ramos? No? Any more discussion? Would you like?
Yeah,
Board member?
yeah, I'm looking at you. So one of the things that, one of the things I want to mention here is that obviously I agree with Board Member Greer that I don't think that we should make it mandatory. I think that we are all adults. That's almost like saying, well, because it's saying, okay, so you have to go to, right, CSBA, you have to do this, you have to do that. So we are volunteers, we are elected here. And I mean, I just feel like I almost feel targeted here, and I don't appreciate that. So I'm going to leave it at that. And at this time, I just think that I just really think that we're overstepping, you know, that type of decision, because I'm not sitting here, I'm not sitting here holding anybody to the fire saying, do this, do that. I mean, in that case, it's like, another thing I heard is like, okay, well, that if we don't take that class, then we're going to skip you. Is that what I'm hearing? Because that's what I understood. So does that mean that then that we as if we're moving into a different position, right, into a different chair, then does that mean that, and I don't know, because I'm new to this, does that mean that we also decide, hey, if it's mandatory and I don't want to do that, I mean, we're all adults, we can talk. Is there something we can put into a governance class? Maybe that's an option. Maybe we need to explore those options. So
I'm going to respond to you, Board Member Benavides. So first, it is not that an individual will be skipped if they commit. Board member commits to superintendent, hey, I haven't taken the course. I am going to want to be president. Listen, can I take it this next year? Giving face value. You know what? I haven't taken it, but I'm committed to doing it. Absolutely. Number one, that person will not be skipped. Why? Because they're committing, I'm committing, whoever is at that position, they're committing to a requirement for improvement in your leadership skills and our leadership skills. That is it. Now, second, not going to CSBA is a choice. Absolutely. CSBA, by the way, is the California School Board Association conference where we go and learn how to behave. How do we behave as school board members? How do we read bylaws? How do we come to a school board meeting, and how is it that we motion and so forth? There's a lot of little things that, I myself, and I'll tell you, when I first got on the board, I did not know, and now I do. Again, you don't have to go to CSBA to take this course. You can actually do it throughout the year. So that actually cancels out the mandatory going to CSBA. That's second. Third, I think it's really important, again, and I'm going to emphasize, with having students right now in front of us, being able to model what we ask of them, a requirement. Why? For them to be able to improve their education, for them to be able to improve their leadership, and we set that role model. We are the role models for them. So again, first, no, you don't have to take it before. You want to take it after you've been seated in the presidency and commit to it? Absolutely. If not, the individual will be skipped. We have a rotation. I do want to add this. Second, you don't have to go to CSBA. And third, we need to be role models to our teachers, our administrators, our cabinet, our students, and community. That is it. Thank you. Now,
Board President, just one final comment. When we here on the dais, we have gone through in just in my tenure, we've gone through an evolution of kind of this and our organization to arrive at what's there. And it has not been uncommon in the past for certain things to be added into the decision on who is president and who is not. There's been a lot of uncomfortable moments, even in my tenure, that we've had on the board around this particular area. And when the decision was made to move to a simple rotation, one of the reasons why a decision was made to a simple rotation was to say that the prerequisite to being a board president is being elected by your community. If your community elects you and determines that you should be elected on the school board, then you move to a rotation and then have the option of serving as president. Again, I want to be very clear. I agree that it would be a good thing, but I will be voting no because of the fact that it's the language that if the request is to add language to make it a mandatory requirement, I do think that is an overreach.
Great. Since we've had, I do want to answer to that. I was part of that rotation as well, bringing that forth. But again, we need to hold ourselves accountable. If we're holding others accountable, we need to hold ours. And if that little thing of not being able to commit prior or right after being in this seat and saying, hey, I'm going to commit to it, I'm going to go to this leadership training, then that shows to the public and to everybody, you're right, we are elected, but that shows to them, would they want to elect you again if you do not want to grow in your leadership here on the board? With that being said, oh, we have one more comment.
I mean, again, I agree with that. I just want to reiterate that, yes, we do. We do ask students to have so many credits. We do ask teachers to read credentials. So yes, we do ask. We are asking them. And this is just to place a wording on the board policy. It's not I don't see any harm in it because I just think that it's just making us accountable, any of us accountable to go through the process and to order to get the job we want. Same thing.
Last comment being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to a vote.
Board President,
Can you clarify?
just for clarity,
Mm-hmm.
I believe there should be an additional or an amended motion to say, I'd like to make a motion to add language that
God. Okay.
right, and so that we're clear what the vote is on.
I would like to go ahead and add amended motion to add language to have any board member would like to rotate to the president position to take the president workshop offered throughout the year, whether they take it before or after they have been able to commit and be able to then take accountability in taking that course while they're in the seat. We have a board member student. Yes.
No, I would like to give a comment to the discussion. Just to get this correct, it's to make a training required for presidency position, right? My position as student, I think it'd be best for president to have the training required because as a student, I expect that the board members have the best knowledge and the experience to not just take this in organization, but lead us in the correct path. You guys represent many other students, and as you can see, they all look forward and they bring up comments and updates. And as a student, I expect the president position to have at least some knowledge and experience other than just being elected from popularity. So yeah, that's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Can I please get a motion in the amendment that I just proposed?
Didn't we already do a motion before we got?
He told me that we didn't.
I think we need a second. You want to repeat the motion, the amended motion?
Right.
Board President?
To add language to our 9100 organization of presidency to be able to take the course before or during that first year of the first 6 months, I'm sorry, of their position here in presidency. Can I get a first
Second.
motion? I did first.
I think yours is the first, and I think board clerk just seconded it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and vote.
So the
vote is to add the language.
Okay.
Correct.
Got it.
Okay, and so the vote has passed. I'm sorry, and the vote did not pass. It's 3 nay and 2 yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, moving forward, 13.5, discussion and approval of board bylaw 9124 attorney. Mr. Ortega, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Board President. Once again, this 13.5, this board agenda item is here per board request to discuss potential board bylaw.
I would like to go ahead and first motion to open this up.
I motion on 13.5.
We have Rodriguez Peña, second motion. I second the motion. We'll go ahead and open discussion. It was brought up to our superintendent that this is something that we would like to discuss. Okay, I will go ahead and start. I would like to propose that we are able to go ahead and discuss in collaboration on how we can go ahead and have a time frame for us to be opening up the RFP for attorneys. Moving forward, I would like to hear from my colleagues. I'll open it up now.
So my question is, so how many years have we had our attorneys?
Give us 1 second. I think we can find that really quickly.
F3, correct?
That is correct. Those are our current.
Superintendent Ortega, we did the RFP in 2020 with the effective date of July 1, I believe, of 2021.
Of 2021, so that would be 4 years.
Yes.
So we are in our 5th year.
Yes.
Okay, we're in our 5th year of our attorneys. Thank you.
And my second question is, so is there a process that we use attorneys are looking to know every 5 years? Is there like a set time, do you just use them like forever? Or yeah, how does that work? How does the process work?
Depending on who you speak to, there's definitely a recommendation that you should be looking at your attorneys and your auditors over a specified amount of time. Now, again, different people will tell you different things. That can range anywhere from 3 to 7 years.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Yes. So depending on who you speak to, the recommendation could be as conservative as every 3 years, you should be looking for attorneys and auditors, all the way to 7 years. We had internally thought that the sweet spot was 5 years. And so we thought that as we got closer to the year, because we are under contract with our legal currently right now, that we would bring this up to the Board of Education for conversation to say, does the board want to consider going out to an RFP, or are we okay with our current attorneys?
Yeah, I did think for some reason that it was 5 years. And I think that, so is that the process to start up a new RFP? And if they, F3, I'm just saying, they can reapply if they wanted to reapply. also, and then we would be able to look at other firms also at that time. Okay.
Questions? Yes, Board Member Benavides?
So I have a question. So when we, during the procurement process, we look at, because we don't only procure our attorneys, right? We procure other contractors for different type of projects. So when we look at that, is this a 5-year contract? Is that what I'm hearing? Or when is there, just for clarification?
No, so every year we actually receive a new contract with
Okay.
our current legal firm. But what we're saying is that typically, well, our goal was to, under Superintendent Ortega, would speak to the Board of Education to see their desire to either one, solicit a new contract with F3, or no, would you like to do a full RFP to see what is the going rate for other law firms?
Okay, and has this information been conveyed to the attorneys at all? Just curious.
Which information, I'm
With
sorry?
regard to maybe we're looking or exploring another RFP for services.
No, but we currently, our contract ends June 30th every year. And so
Okay.
what we'll do is once we have the discussion from the Board of Education, it's either, yes, we want to continue with F3, then that would trigger us to contact F3 to get a new agreement with the same rates based off the original RFP, and we'll bring that to Board of Education for approval. Or we will let them know we'll be soliciting for RFP, and they will have the option to resubmit.
Okay. And then for other contractors that we procure, how often do we look at those? Like, do we say, because I've seen some of the contracts that, and we procure the same organization, right? Maybe they're doing a fantastic job with the students, or, and I see it ongoing and ongoing. So do we, for clarification, do we put an RFP out for every new contract that
No, ma'am.
we, oh, okay.
No, ma'am. And for services, there is no education code that states for services that you have to do an RFP. This is best practice. So, for example, last year we went out for RFP again for our auditors. They came in at the lowest rate, and so we brought that in front of the Board of Education. And so now we have another 4-year agreement with the exact same audit firm. But we did inform them in advance, but only for typical services. So for like copier, legal, and auditing services, those are the ones you typically do an RFP for a multi-year agreement.
Okay, so let's say we do go out to bid again, right? Just to see if their rates are competitive and they come in, because I'm trying to understand, right? I'm trying to be objective because I haven't seen a problem with them. I don't know if anybody else has, but I get the point. We're trying to see if their competitive rates are still there. And let's say that they come in as the lowest bidder. So do we, because I've been on the other side of government, right? Local government with the city municipality. And at times we would look at the lower bid, but then we would check references, or we would say, well, some of the services, maybe they don't pan out to what we're looking for. So does that necessarily mean that we're going to go with the lower bid? How does that process? Walk me through that process.
Yes, so we actually determined that. So the last time we went out for bid, it was actually a massive process. We actually received several responses, and then the board selected 2 board members to be on the committee. Then we came in here, we actually read the entire submission for all the legal firms, and then that committee of those 2 board members and cabinet made a recommendation to invite 2 firms, I believe it was 2 firms, to present to Board of Education over Zoom. And then at that time, the Board of Education made a decision of which legal firm we were going to go with. So it wasn't based off of low cost, but cost was a factor. But there were other things that the Board of Education, they had specific questions that they wanted the legal firm to actually respond to.
That does clear up some of my questions. I think yes, that I think that we have to look at sometimes our attorneys or those that contracts we go out to bid for, because we want to make sure that they are competitive, right? We're getting competitive rates. But I also think that are we doing that with every contract, right? Are other contracts coming to the board, and are we looking at that particular contractor I'm just trying to understand. I'm not saying that I'm not disagreeing with the opportunity of doing it. I'm just trying to get a better understanding on what other contractors we follow the same policy for.
Just for clarification, for the board, a process of going out to bid is not a requirement of the board. So the board can say, yes, we would like to go out to bid, but that's not a requirement. When the contract comes from the attorney on a yearly basis, then the board can also at that time say, we don't want to approve this contract, or we want to do something different. But just want to make it clear that it's not a requirement, but definitely the board can solicit bids and get into a process where we go out to bid.
One of the things that I just heard from both our assistant superintendent Latasha and our superintendent Ortega is that it is best practice 3 to 7 years, right? And so can you please remind us the previous lawyers, how long were they with us? LLR, and I can't remember.
I don't have that information as far as how long we had ALR.
As long as they were long.
Okay. And I would, you're saying it's best practice and then technically what I'm hearing from Superintendent Ortega is that yearly it comes to us and we approve it, but we don't question it. It's in the consent calendar, right? But for us to actually perhaps look at the 3 to 7 years and possibly come up with a review of, hey, let's RFP. Let's go out for a request for proposal every 5 years. And we can make that decision every 7 years, 3 years and so forth for best practice, like Board Member Benavides said right now, to be able to check the competitive prices that are out there and what's best for our Azusa Unified School District. Did you get the number of? No, it's okay if you don't. I think they were, from my recollection, this attorney law firm was with us for 20 years. No RFP. Every year just got renewed, because what happens is in the board, the board changes. It can't change every 4 years. Therefore, who is going to keep track of that if it's not written in a bylaw? And I would agree for us to be able to, to write it in this bylaw 9124, to be able to, not because the attorneys are doing something wrong, not because we do that yearly. We are able to renew that yearly, but to be able to put into practice that we do review with an RFP, that we are able to go ahead and implement this. So that way, hey, if our, current lawyers right now do come back with the RFP, and of course they're welcome to, just like as we did with the previous ones that we had for 20 years, if they are competitive and therefore able to go ahead and continue with us, absolutely. And the board at that time, whoever it is, will get to decide. But I would like to implement to do an RFP and collaboratively decide either 3, 5, or 7 years moving forward. Yes, Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
So when Superintendent Ortega gives us a contract that we're going to approve, he usually puts how many years we've had them, right? 7 years, and then it's our discretion, right? Do we want to keep them, or the program's working for us? And this is why I believe we have these. When the principals come in and talk about the programs, we see that it's working, or what they're doing, and we don't just approve them, but we see, like the DLI, that was great today, but he does let us know how many years we've had them, and then it's our decision if we want to keep them or we're not. So we do that.
Board Member Greer.
A question that was asked about, like, what is our experience? I personally have not had any issues with our current attorneys. Maybe even the bigger question, I don't even know, is this even the space to have that? If I did have an issue, is this the space to talk about the issues that we had with our attorney? It would seem slightly improper. I think that so I don't know if there's space. Maybe do we add space in a, maybe we can ask our attorneys this. Do we add, do we add,
Ask the attorney.
do we add space in a closed session periodically leading up to a contract where there's an opportunity to have a discussion to see if there are any challenges? It just, there is no other kind of contract that whatever. I've said enough there. With that said, I do think that it is wise for us to be careful and to put safeguards in place to not just find ourselves in a situation where we have the same attorney for 25 years just because that's what we've always had. I do think that there is value in putting some things in place to safeguard or keep things, you know, freshened up and ensure that we have competitive rates and good working relationship. But again, I'm not sure that making a requirement of adding at 5 years, there's a need to go out for an RFP process, especially when we're talking about how involved it is. There may be another course of action that we could take, and I think closed session might be an appropriate place to do that.
I'm going to go ahead and, to my understanding, there is, from the discussion that, you know, as president I had with our superintendent, there have been no issues. So to clear that, the air, I don't think we need to have a closed session on an issue that has been brought forth. But the one thing that has been brought forth is the best practice, right? Again, getting into, again, in 7 years, in 2 years, some of us may or may not be here. Therefore, putting this into a wording that, hey, every 5-7 years or whatnot, you know what, it's best practice that we do go out for an RFP. So that way this district is not, again, 20 years with one law firm. That way, again, if that law firm who we are with rebids, absolutely. And again, to clarify, there's been no issues or what, you know, so again, it's just to have best practice moving forward. We have board member Rodriguez Pena.
Yeah, I like to say, I would like to table this item, and because we are going around in circles asking kind of like the same questions, but in a different manner. And I think we need more information. And then maybe we could take it into a closed session, but I would like to table this item at this time for that reason. I don't know, my colleagues agree, but I just feel that it's just going back and forth. Nothing concrete.
Can I ask for a clarifying question? You would, and this is just by all means, so you would like more information just so we let our superintendent and cabinet know what information would we want added?
Well, I really would like to know, I mean, the exact, like he says, you know, it's 3 to 7. I mean, is it 3 or is it 7? Is it 5? You know, what do other districts do? I like to do research on it myself personally. I mean, I read it, but I just like to look at it further and do more research before we make that decision. That's what I'm looking
Superintendent Arturo, I'll take it.
Just listening to the conversation, maybe an option, if it was 3, 5, or 7, let's use 5 right now in the middle for a thing. Maybe there could be language that says every 5 years, the Board of Education will go out to bid on an attorney, but then put a clause unless decided by the board that that's not necessary or something to that effect. I mean, that's a potential.
Yeah, or just change the wording. That you know, makes sense, but I don't know. I personally like to look at it further.
So just to clarify, that we could decide today to do it like every 7 years, let's just say per se, and in every 7 years the board will be able to it will be brought up in an agenda item. Therefore, the board can ratify it with a vote.
That might be another off ramp. So then the wording in there is every 7 years. Not necessarily it's going to go out to RFP, but every 7 years, the decision to go out to an RFP will come to the Board of Education.
Anybody, any comments?
So I have my recommendation on the tables. It's the same, and I'm not sure how my colleagues feel about it, but that's, if you don't agree, it's okay. But I have that on the table. So if anyone agrees or disagrees, I just like to hear because we're just here.
So if it's okay, President?
Board Member Rodriguez, I'm sorry, Board Member Benavides.
Yeah, thank you. So I agree with Board Clerk Rodriguez Peña. I think we should table the item because I mean I do think that it's nice to look and see how competitive the rates are. Are we getting the services? But I think we are, but obviously it does require a little bit more maybe research on our end and seeing maybe just I don't know, I just kind of feel like I would like that item tabled for another day.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is, can I then, if that is on the table, you would have to amend the motion.
Okay, I'd like to amend the motion on item 13.5 to table this item for further discussion, further research, more information before we make a final decision.
Can I get a second?
I second the motion.
Second. And we can go ahead and vote now. And I'm sorry, any more further discussion?
Only that then it's probably if we're going to do that, it's probably helpful then to communicate what information or research we're asking staff to then do. I know one of the things that would be one of the things that would be helpful for me to know is to what extent can this become can this be discussed in closed session or not, or the I don't know, to evaluate or whatnot our attorneys, to what extent can that be done in closed session, one, and then two, I'm curious to know what is that process like. Mr. Mall, you described it as kind of a lengthy, or I forget the word that you used, but it's not a small process to engage in. I'd be curious to know what that actually looks like, because that might also determine then the frequency that we put this out to go out for requests. If I imagine there's a lot of things that it would be helpful if this was taking 3 out of 4 of our cabinet members to work on this for an extended period of time. I would just want to make sure that it's at a pace that makes sense.
Okay. We have Board Member Rodriguez Peña next, and after that, Board Member Benavides.
Yeah, what I was looking for is more, again, a concrete years, the 357, and what do other districts are doing? But most important is it going to cost us? How much does it cost to go through this process? Is it, going to cost the district money to do this?
Okay, can I ask for a clarifying question? Is your question that if we as a board do go out for an RFP, what is the cost to the district?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
Most importantly, where is it? General funds funding? Where do the funds come from?
And to add to that question, I would also like to add real quick, just because it's in the same, the RFP for every contract that we out for bid. What is the cost of every contract? We have the ones that we just did what is it called? Oh my gosh, the auditors, right? What was the cost for that? I mean, to compare it, right? We're comparing what it costs for the RFPs to go out. So if we're going to do the research, we should have enough data to also be able to compare, how much the auditors, lawyers, right? The major ones that we are spending, if we are spending an RFP in general funds and so forth. So that way we have a comprehensive data that we're able to go ahead and lean on that for a decision. Okay, we have board member Benavides, and then we have board member Greer.
I just want to say that for me, I personally would like to see for us to look at the surrounding areas, the districts, and seeing, what their time frames look like with their attorney contracts. And then also, I appreciate Mr. Moss sharing that it does require a lot of staff time. RFPs are very tedious. There's a review and rating process, so it really does, so I think that I appreciate the fact that we're considering tabling this item. Thank you.
And just real quick, to maybe save us a step, to my colleagues, if it is determined that this is something that that there is a room for us to have a conversation in closed session about kind of evaluating this, would my other colleagues be open to having that conversation then, to moving that to as an agenda item?
For closed session?
If we determine that we have a legal recourse to do that, would you be in favor of adding that to a future board meeting?
So then we'd go ahead and be able to now amend the amend.
No. It's just getting, I don't think there's any action needed other than if there's enough board members that says yes, it saves us a step of having to come to a meeting and then having board members, request it. So if it is determined that we can have this conversation in closed session, are we in favor of then just having that conversation?
So do we need to vote on that? Because it's a request added onto the table. So it would have to add it onto the tabled motion.
I would say that the motion to table is a motion, right? Because we're talking about this agenda item right now. I think that board president, you can direct staff, if there's a consensus on the board, direct staff to say, if we find out that we can we please add that to a future agenda?
Okay, so we'll go to a vote before adding it on, because we don't know how it's gonna end. So I think it's important we go to a vote, and then depending on how the vote is, then the recommendation can be made. Because if it passes that we do table this, then we can make that recommendation, as you have said, because right now we're speaking as if it has already happened. So I suggest that we go to a vote, see what the result is. If it does pass that we table this, definitely we can go ahead and ask our administration cabinet to go ahead and move forward in moving this into that. Okay, great. We'll go ahead and move on. Any comments by our board, student board member? Okay. So great. You're watching democracy in action. Yes, definitely. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn to a vote. Student board member, sorry.
This is for tabling, right? Yes.
Okay, great. We'll go ahead and place our votes. And it passes 5-0. Great. Moving on to 14.1, approval of tentative agreement, TA, between Azusa Unified School District and the Azusa Educators Association. Can I get a motion for this item?
Make a motion to approve.
We have Rodriguez Peña. Can I get a second?
A second.
We have Ramos in second. Discussion. Seeing that there's none, we'll go ahead and move on to voting. And it passes 5-0. Moving on to item 14.2. 14.2, approval of tentative agreement, TA, between Azusa Unified School District and Azusa Federation of Adult Educators, FAE. Can I get a motion to move this forward?
Motion to approve.
Ramos, can I get a second?
Second.
Rodriguez Peña, discussion? Seeing that there's none, student board member preference?
Yes.
Yes. Colleagues, please place your vote. Passes 5-0. Moving on to 14.3, approval of tentative agreement, TA, between Azusa Unified School District, AUSD, and Azusa School Employees Association, CSEA. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Rodriguez Peña, can I please get a second?
Second.
We have Ramos. Discussion? Seeing that there's none, student board member preference?
Yes.
Awesome. Colleagues, please place your vote. Great, and it passes 5-0. Moving on to item 14.4, approval of compensation increase for management, administrative, supervisory, and confidential employees. Can I get a motion to move this forward?
Motion to move forward.
Ramos, we have a second.
Second.
We have Rodriguez Peña. Can I get a discussion if needed? Seeing that there's none. Colleagues, I'm sorry, student board member preference.
Yes.
Thank you. Colleagues, please place your vote. And it passes 5-0. We have now come to items 14.5, 14.8 on the agenda. Prior to taking final action on an employment agreement, the Brown Act requires the governing board to orally report a summary of recommendation for the salaries, salary schedules, or compensation paid in the form of fringe benefits for local agency executives. The superintendent and assistant superintendents of business services, education services, and human resources are all local agency executives, and a proposed contract amendment for each of them is before us this evening. Looking at item 14.5 on the agenda, the amendment to Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, contract increases the Assistant Superintendent's base salary by 1.75% to $216,000 for 81.32 effective January 1st, 2026, as well as an increase in the district's contribution to their health and welfare benefits or tax shelter annuity plan, whichever is applicable, by $2,500. These adjustments are consistent with the salary payments, health and welfare benefits increases approved by the district's represented certificate employees. There are no other changes to the assistant superintendent's contract. Can I please get a first motion?
Make a motion to approve 14.5.
Board Member Rodriguez Peña, can I please get a second?
Seconds.
We have a second by Board Member Greer. Do we have any discussion? Seems that there's none. Student Board Member preference?
Yes.
Yes. Colleagues, please place your vote. And it passes 5-0. Looking at item 14.6 on the agenda, the amendment to Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services. Contract increases the Assistant Superintendent's base salary by 1.75% to $216,481.32 effective January 1st, 2026, as well as an increase in the district's contribution to their health and welfare benefits or tax sheltered annuity plan, whichever is applicable, by $2,500. These adjustments are consistent with the salary payment and health and welfare benefits increases approved for the district's representative certificate employees. There are no other changes to the assistant superintendent's contract. Can I get a first motion?
Motion to approve.
We have a first motion by Ramos. Can I please get a second?
Second.
We have second by Board Member Benavides. Discussion? Seeing that there's none, student board member preference?
Yes.
You have a yes. Colleagues, please place your vote. And it passes 5-0. Looking at item 14.7 on the agenda, the amendment to the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources contract to increase the Assistant Superintendent's base salary by 1.75% to $216,481.32 effective January 1st, 2026, as well as an increase in the district's contribution to their health and welfare benefits or tax sheltered annuity plan, whichever is applicable, by $2,500. These adjustments are consistent with the salary payment, health and welfare benefits increases approved for the district representative certificate employees. There are no other changes to the assistant superintendent's contract. Can I please get a first motion?
Motion to approve.
Ramos, Board Member Ramos. Can I please get a second?
Second.
Board Member Greer, we have a second. Any discussion? I see there's none. Student Board Member preference?
Yes.
Colleagues, please place your vote. and it passes 5-0. Looking at item 14.8 on the agenda, the amendment of superintendent's contract increases the superintendent's base salary by 1.75% to $285,732.36 effective January 1st, 2026, as well as an increase in the district's contribution to their health and welfare benefits or tax sheltered annuity plan, whichever is applicable by $2,500. These adjustments are consistent with the salary payments and health and welfare benefits increased by approved for the district's represented certificate employees. There are no other changes to the superintendent's contract. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
We have a first by Board Member Ramos. Can I please get a second?
Second.
We have a second by Board Member Greer. Discussion? None. Student Board Member preference?
Yes.
Awesome. Colleagues, please place your vote. Okay. And it passes 5-0. Awesome. Great. That was a mouthful. Okay, I can read now. Moving on to items 15.1 and through 15.5. These administrative regulations, board policies, bylaws brought to us by first reading. Are there any questions on these items? It's info item only. We have Board Member Rodriguez Peña.
Yes, on policy 5113, absence and excuses. I like to change the board policy to be consistent with the AR. On the second paragraph, where it says family, I like to say immediate family. Do you want to read it, or do I want to read it?
Could you please read it since you have it in front of you, but so they can go ahead and research it real quick?
Yeah, I have it up. It was board policy 5113. You said second paragraph.
Yes.
Second paragraph says, in accordance with law, board policy, and administrative regulation, absence from school shall be excused only for health reasons, family emergencies, and justifiable personal reasons as specified in Education 48205. So the recommendation here is to add immediate, because I am looking at the AR, and board clerk, you are correct. The AR, when it references the families, it does say immediate.
I just wanted to be consistent with the AR and the BP.
Okay, any more comments, questions? Board Member Greer?
We could similarly remove the immediate from the other one to make it consistent.
I wanted to add immediately. It should say immediately because it you know.
I'm just curious to know if I understand that we can add the word immediate to one. I'm curious to know if we have the option of removing the word immediate from the other to make it consistent.
Board Member Greer, I looked up really quickly because this does reference an ed code. That ed code is 48205, and in 48205 they do use the word immediate.
Thank you.
All right, great. Any more discussions or questions? Seeing that there's none, we're gonna actually move on to our favorite part. Just kidding. Moving on to 16.1, adjournment. Can I please get a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
I have a first by Board Member Greer. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Ramos. Discussion.
Just to briefly circle back, because we didn't, after we finished 13.5, we didn't ask for the direction. So just to circle back, now that it has been tabled, I'm asking direction and from colleagues if we can move that to closed session if we determine it's appropriate to do so.
I thought that that's what if it passed, that's the recommendation that we as the board were going to.
That was my request, but your direction for us as a board was to wait until after to make that.
Right, and if it passed, then we were going to speak on it since it was tabled in closed session. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear, but
Yes.
Right.
Right, to clear it. I thought that's what the board, is that? the board
I
would
say
want?
yes.
Okay. Great. So there's no more discussion, student board member preference on adjournment.
Yes.
Yes. Colleagues, please place your vote. Okay, this meeting, it passes 5-0. This meeting is adjourned, 10:07. Have a great night. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.